You know, what I will call crap, some people think is good, and what I find good, some people might think is crap. You know, different strokes for different folks. Not every good fragrance is going to be the most long lasting, but a good fragrance does not necessarily have to be a cheap fragrance. Spend money on your fragrance, and your fragrance should be able to allow you put a dent in it. When somebody else tells you your fragrance is good, another person has marked your homework, darling. It's called benchmarking. Like, you should be feeling like exactly how I'm feeling, which is 100.
Camera speed.
Sound production, take one.
Hey Bambi, welcome back to the channel. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and smash that subscribe button and become part of the family. In today's video, I will be talking about what makes a good fragrance. I know that this might be to an extent a common sense question, but not necessarily, especially for a new starter or for even, what makes a good fragrance? Even for you who might be a fragrance expert, who might know all about fragrances, what makes a good fragrance? Go ahead and let me know in the comment section. If you still want to know what I think makes a good fragrance, without further ado, let's get right into the video. Starting off, good is subjective to different people, but again, good is good. Good is anything that is positive. Good is anything that evokes positive emotions. Let that be the general consensus view of the definition of good for the context of this video, because what I will call crap, some people think is good, and what I find good, some people might think is crap. You know, different strokes for different folks. But for the context of this video, good is anything that evokes positive. Okay, think along those lines. That out of the way, what are the qualities that make a good fragrance? I will be sharing 6 with you, 5 and 1 honorable or additional bonus extra point. Number one quality of a good fragrance is a fragrance that does not cause harm to humans or to animals, because anything that is good should not cause harm or should not cause evil or bad to somebody or discomfort to another person. There's a difference between fragrance in itself and the way people use fragrance. There are some people who might use a fragrance and it might therefore cause discomfort to somebody else. That doesn't necessarily mean that that fragrance is bad. It's the way the person has used it or the way it mixes with that person's body chemistry that is causing negative emotions. Fragrance in itself, like just on a shelf, may not necessarily cause negative emotions. You shouldn't be using a perfume and it's burning and itching and peeling your skin off. That is not a good fragrance, and I think we can all agree about that. Number 2 quality of a good fragrance that makes a good fragrance is that it smells good. If a fragrance is good, it should smell good. It should not smell horrible. This one is going to probably be the most subjective point on this list, because I keep saying what smells good to me might not smell good to you, but universally it should smell good. Number 3 quality of a good fragrance is that it should make you feel good. If you spray something and you're not as confident, or you don't feel good about it, or it's giving you a headache, you can't sleep, you just don't feel good, then it's not a good fragrance for you. A good fragrance should evoke positive emotions. It should make you feel good. It should make you feel relaxed, whatever the aim of that fragrance is, because obviously if you spray an oud fragrance, I don't think you're trying to relax. I think you're trying to go out. Whatever the purpose of that fragrance is, whether it be a body shower, a shower gel, a body lotion, a body oil, a fragrance, a perfume, whatever it is, whatever that product is, it should be able to evoke the emotions that it says it's going to evoke. If something is going to make you feel royal, expensive, classy, like this my outfit be making me feel at the moment, like I'm a Middle Eastern queen, then you should do just that. I shouldn't be wearing this outfit and be feeling like crap. I should be feeling like exactly how I'm feeling, which is 100. Guys, by the way, what do you think about this outfit? I'll put the link to the designer that made this for me. It's a Nigerian brand, by the way. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of my people. Like, I got this from Nigeria, guys. I love it. Anyways, back to what we're talking about. A good fragrance should evoke positive emotions. Number 3 quality of a good fragrance is that it should be long lasting. This particular point I thought long and hard about. I'm like, so if a fragrance is not long lasting, are you saying it's not good? Well, not necessarily, because there's so many fantastic fragrances that are not the most long lasting. This morning I was watching a video by Leaning Into Lux, one of my favorite YouTubers. She did a whole review about Byredo. There were some she talked about. She's like, oh, it smells fantastic, but it's not the most long lasting. And you know what, fair enough. Not every good fragrance is going to be the most long lasting. To an extent, most good fragrances should be long lasting. And when I say long lasting, I'm not saying it should last for 48 hours, but it should last maybe a good 6 to 8 hours. That's my comfort. Like, I'll be like, okay, this fragrance is good. That should not be the only criteria to judge that fragrance. Most of these points, you need to combine the different points. You shouldn't just judge a fragrance based off the only point of it being long lasting. It should be a combination of all the points that I am raising in this video. Number 4 on the list is a good fragrance should get you compliments. Again, another very subjective point, but there are some fragrances I wear, I get compliments, and I'm like, that's a good fragrance. I think that is a good fragrance. If you don't get compliments, it doesn't mean the fragrance is bad. Compliment yourself. But a good fragrance is further buttressed when it even goes that step further and gets you compliments. I mean, it's like you marked your own homework when you wear a fragrance and you think this fragrance is good. When somebody else tells you your fragrance is good, another person has marked your homework, darling. It's called benchmarking. Like, it's auditing. Like, you have an audit trail that other people think this fragrance is good. It's good. And even that, if that be you watching reviews and other people saying a fragrance is good, or a lot of people are saying a fragrance is good, but when you get a compliment, that is an external, unbiased person telling you smell good. That is a good fragrance. There are so many fragrances I've worn, people haven't complimented me. And it might be because people are shy too. It's not everywhere you go that people are bold enough to tell you that, oh, your fragrance smells good. Or it's not everybody that is paying attention in that way. But when a fragrance gets me compliments, I think that is a good fragrance. Finally on the list, a good fragrance should be good to your pocket. Now, what I mean by this is a good fragrance does not necessarily have to be a cheap fragrance. These are two entirely different things. Because it's good to your pocket does not necessarily mean cheap. It means that you get value for money. There's a difference between cheap and value for money. Value for money means when you spend your coins, you get the value for what you've spent your money on. There's so many things or so many fragrances that you spend so much money on, and you don't get that value for money because maybe you're not wearing it as much, or it's not performing as much as you want it to. And in my opinion, that is not a good fragrance. A good fragrance should give you value for your money. It should be good to your pocket. You should spend money on your fragrance, and your fragrance should be able to allow you put a dent in it. That's my fragrance's way of paying me back to me, is paying me back with those dents. I spent good money on you. Now I want you to come home. I want you to deliver, and I want to be able to put a dent in you. So a good fragrance is a fragrance that is good to my pocket and I have put a dent in. Does it make sense? There you have it, guys. Go ahead and let me know, what do you call a good fragrance? What is a good fragrance to you? Go ahead and let me know. I'm really, like, honestly, type it now in the comment section. What does a good fragrance mean to you? And even if it's one of the points I've already said, still write it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Go ahead and do all of that good stuff, guys. Like, share, and subscribe. Please like, please share, please subscribe. And also, I see you again in my next video, because I look forward to seeing you again in my next video. Stay beautiful, stay blessed. Hi and bye.
I think I present my best.
It shouldn't. Okay. Number 4 on the list is like, capiche. Number 2, let that be that's okay. And that's out of the way. Starting off, what makes a good fragrance? So start 3, 2, 1 and action. Hey Bambi.